I'm Callie with Adventure Rig, and this winter I needed a super warm jacket that I could throw on over any layers to take the dog out for a walk. Or in this case, we're on a ski trip and we have encountered some cold, blizzardy conditions, and I've been really happy to have the Aspire Puffy Parka by Helly Hansen. Right now we're in the eastern Sierra Nevadas and it's absolutely gorgeous out. We're down in the desert. You can see Mount Whitney behind me. However, it is still cold down here, even though it looks a little bit nicer than up there. To start with, this jacket has a high loft synthetic insulation in it. I've honestly been kind of skeptical of synthetic insulation in the past. I prefer down insulation, but what they're doing with insulations these days is pretty incredible. And the cool thing about synthetic insulation specifically is that you can use a recycled material, which this has 40% recycled insulation in it, and if synthetic insulation gets wet, it doesn't lose its warming properties. So again, I used to be kind of a down type of person, but with what they're doing these days, I'm all for synthetic insulation. Another great thing about synthetic insulation is that it's a little bit cheaper. So the price point of this jacket is $320, which I feel like is an awesome deal for a long, large parka that's going to keep you extremely warm. I personally love a long jacket, and it's hard for me to wear shorter jackets anymore, especially on those dog walks when I'm just throwing on leggings and my boots. I want something that's a little bit longer. And as you can see, this covers my butt nicely and gives me that extra warmth of a long parka. Now there's a couple of cool features about this jacket. One, you have these side zips here, so that gives you a little bit of extra room. I find this especially handy if I'm wearing like a long flannel jacket underneath. I can easily fit everything underneath there. Or if you're sitting for a long time, you can easily unzip those and then you're still gonna have this nice warmth on your thighs. It's a cool feature that they've added into this jacket. You also have this reflective detailing on the cuff, which you can actually fold down and hide, but it is nice to have that reflective detail when you're out on those dog walks on a colder, darker winter evening. Another great thing about this puffy is that it just has a huge, warm, oversized hood. I was a little skeptical of the cuff and the hood of this jacket and how it's designed, but I actually have learned that I really like it. So you can separately zip the cuff all the way up and keep the hood open like this, or you can have your cuff zipped up and snap your hood closed. Or if you're kind of in a hurry, I've noticed that one thing I'll do is just quickly snap my hood closed for that little bit of protection. I personally wear this zipped up quite a bit on my chin, and it's nice because you have a fleece material lining here, so it's nice and soft up against your skin. Another great thing about the hood is that it is removable with snaps, so if you're not into the hood, or maybe you're in a scenario where the hood's just getting in the way, you can easily take it off and replace it as you prefer. You can see there's a storm flap over the YKK zipper, and I'll talk about what I personally don't love about this jacket right now. You can see the zipper comes down to here, which is about below my waistline, but we still have another 6 or 7 inches of the jacket that doesn't have the zipper. You can close the storm flap with a snap there, so you can keep it closed, but I personally wish the zipper just went all the way down here to the bottom of the jacket. I think it'd be a little bit warmer and just a little bit more comfortable, because I find that if I bend over, I can easily unsnap that flap and then I have to snap it back, and it's not super easy with mittens on. You have the nice zips on the side, so if it's zipped all the way down and you needed to get a little bit of extra room, you could easily zip those up. So that's just probably the only thing that I don't love about this jacket, is the fact that the zipper doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. You have 2 hand pockets here, and Helly calls these hand warmer pockets, and that is exactly what they are. They have a super soft, nice fleece lining on the inside, so if your hands are cold and you throw them in there, they warm up really quickly, and it's nice to have that fleece lining. They're also zipper closures, so if you throw your phone in there in a blizzard, you know that it's not going to come out. Speaking of blizzards, I kind of forgot to touch on this. This jacket is not waterproof, but it does have a PFC-free water repellent coating on it. So if you're in light snow or a light drizzle, it's not going to get wet. If you're in a hammering blizzard or a heavy rain, it will start to get wet, but for the most part with those lighter snows, you're going to be just fine. Lastly, but certainly not least, we need to touch on sizing. For me, this is one size down. This is a size medium. I'm 5'10", 160 pounds, and I really like the way this fits. Like I said, I can easily layer up underneath it with a mid layer or maybe even a smaller down jacket, and it's comfortable and keeps me warm without looking huge. If you need that warm parka to throw on to take your dog out for a walk in winter, or maybe you're commuting to work, this is an awesome option at a great price point. This is the Aspire Puffy Parka by Helly Hansen. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and we'll get back to you. Also, if you're wondering where we are or what we're up to, please check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We are affiliates for Helly Hansen, so if you're interested in this jacket or any other Helly gear that we've reviewed, using our link gives us a small kickback and we really appreciate it. If you found this review helpful, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Thanks again for watching. I'm Callie with Adventure Rig.